Today at Kabuto Toys, we enter the exciting world of Game of Thrones, a series loved and hated in equal parts. Threezero offers us this deluxe edition of a White Walker. Winter is coming. We can add little about this cult series from 2011 that enthralled millions of viewers for 8 seasons in a festival of blood, sex, and betrayal. The main villains of Game of Thrones were the White Walkers, a species of zombies that annihilated everything that got in their way. Threezero offers us this figure that joins a long list of figures from the same series that this company also launched. The product comes presented in a sober white box with a small embossed die cut and the name of the series in gold letters. Inside, we find a box with a window where we begin to glimpse the figure. Let's see the basic extras that this figure brings us. Some bony feet with bandages for the naked version of the character. Two interchangeable hands with the same good paint on the feet. We have a leather skirt that looks like it won't last long. On the other hand, I don't like the decorations, they seem terribly flimsy. And finally, a very rustic spear. The spear saber is very successful, imitating ice. I like the general appearance it has, that artisanal look that it appears. Taking a first look at the figure, it appears imposing and stately. In a first presentation, he is offered to us in the uniform of the Army of Walkers. A negative point of this version is the figure's articulations. It has very few points. In fact, the arms only have joints in the wrists and shoulders. Very painful. It didn't cost anything to have put a stitch on his elbows. The head, due to its long hair, does not have a very wide range of movement either. The costumes are made of plastic and leatherette and are really good. Very attentive to details and perfection of outfits. The strong point is the head sculpt. Great detail and expressiveness in that face, tremendously realistic. And if we undress the figure, we find a totally different character, stripped of the solemnity of the costume. A much wilder and more aggressive appearance than the previous one. Personally, I prefer the character in uniform, he has greater charisma. 3 stars for this figure that surprises and disappoints in equal measure, like the series itself. I like the martial aspect of the figure, but I have to admit that it is more statue-like than articulated. I think he is the least posable figure in my entire collection. Thanks to Threezero, you can get a good collection of Game of Thrones characters with different fortunes, each of them. I precisely do not recommend this one at all. And what was given ended. It's time for the weekly sermon. Do you know that you can subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and leave your opinions in the comments box? You can also follow us on our social networks throughout the week 24/7 and find out about the latest news on plastic. Friends of Collecting 16, health and luck.